So Vince, so you feel that over the last few days, recession might be something that might happen, right?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't necessarily think
So
that.
you think actually that there's no chance for a recession?
No, I didn't say that. I didn't say there's no chance.
What's your
What's your barometer here? Well, let's put people into context. When we're recording this, there's just been sort of a very massive drop in the stock market that's just happened, and
Why?
we're all really concerned.
Why is that? Why is that?
I can tell you why. You know what it is? You know what it is? We had a couple of small things. I mean, we've had the unemployment rate is up slightly in the United States. More importantly, the little problem that we've been seeing now.
We haven't seen jobs added but we are also
jobs are down. Jobs is a lower
inflation
report.
is also through the roof.
No, inflation isn't through the roof. I don't know of a time that we've lived that we haven't had inflation. There's been, I don't know of very many times
where housing costs. Housing costs actually, specifically, the cost of housing has gone through the roof. When you're looking at rates, when you're looking at insurance,
there's always inflationary pressures. I don't think we've got such additional inflationary pressures that's causing us the problem. What we're seeing right now is we're seeing a problem in Japan. It didn't start here. We had some data that came out this week that was lackluster. No, the problem in Japan is that the Japanese market has been running at 0% interest. They've been interest rates and returns. They've been investing elsewhere. All of a sudden, the Japanese government came in and made it a little more expensive for Japanese companies to do stuff. So all of a sudden they started pulling back. Once they started pulling back, all of a sudden there's an issue with financing, and everybody in the world decided to panic. The United States decided to panic. Everybody else decided to panic. I think it's relatively temporary. I don't think it's gigantic. You see an awful lot of folks coming in, and interest rates suddenly, in our marketplace, we saw interest rates drop because of this.
Yeah.
For housing, because we're like, oh my gosh, got to get these houses moved. I don't think that's going to last because of this. All of these things are sort of cyclical. I don't worry about them. I do think that there are issues that come into play long term if the Japanese don't get their act together, if the rest of the world continues to act in a reactionary manner instead of a thoughtful manner. But I don't think that the basic fundamentals here.
These are markets.
I don't think the basic
markets react. Markets are reactional.
But they can also be, they can be crazy.
So do you think the Fed
crazy doesn't tend to last?
Do you think the Fed has made the right moves and now indicating that September we could be seeing a rate?
I think that's the right moves. You want to be able to. The Fed is telling people that we think that the economy is stronger. It's something that we can, rely on better. We don't need to be taking extraordinary measures to get inflation under control. We're going to start loosening up, and they haven't said that specifically, but they've given every indication that's about to happen. I think that's all right. That's good.
Do you think it's almost like the Fed is bowling and trying to hit that 7-10 split, and they just hit it perfectly, and they're going to actually come in with that September rate cut and hit both pins down to get a strike? Is that what I'm seeing here? I think you got a lot of confidence in the Fed, which we're us, and I hope you're right. This is great.
I have a lot of confidence in the Fed overall. I mean, listen, have they held rates to higher levels longer than I would like them to? Of course I would. It seems like the impact on the housing market has been a lot worse than elsewhere. I would love to see it move, but I don't have a PhD.
Sure you guys would?
I don't have a PhD in economics, and I don't want to see a really robust housing market for a short period of time while the rest of the U.S. economy tanks, and then it's going to drag the housing market down with it as well. So I'll learn to live with their wisdom. I don't say I agree with everything that they do. I believe we're coming out of the issues. So far, we have not hit recession, which is usually what happens. They've managed through this thing pretty well so far. I'm not worried that there's been a couple of days of big issues, all brought about because of the Japanese. I think we'll get past that. Matter of fact, as we're recording this, it's day 2 of this crisis that's happening. We're already seeing a little bit of a marketplace rebound. I don't know what's going to happen overall, but I know that this is what's tend to happen. You get a big reaction, then you start seeing other people jumping in to try to fix it. You see a little bouncing up and down in that market,
People
and then eventually
bottom
find sort of an
feeders, yeah.
equilibrium. And that's what I think is going to wind up happening here.
All right. We shall see.
Unlike you, I don't see any fundamental problems in our housing market. I believe in the United States and the strength
housing
of our housing
opportunities.
The strength of our
No. It's housing opportunities because
that's all the time that we have today.
This is what we
Thank you
need.
very much,
we need a
everybody.
problem.
What a great
As soon as the problem, the
opportunity.
Fed comes in next thing, they lower interest rates. They say, let's go. And then we go, low rates again. Let's do this.
Good.
Maybe even first-time home buyer credits. Come on, bring it.
For more on these and all of today's top stories, go to nationalmortgageprofessional.com.